CNNIts been 21 days since the sexual assault allegations against media mogul Harvey Weinstein exploded into public view. Since then there have been new allegations made against other powerful men in various industries seemingly almost every day. From companies taking a second look at their sexual harassment policies to the tide of Me Too stories flooding social media, the controversy has sparked the biggest national conversation on sexual harassment since the Anita Hill-Clarence Thomas battle in the early 90s. This look at 9 men who've been accused of sexual harassment focuses just on allegations that CNN has reported on. There are accusations against other powerful men out there. As the days and weeks go on, this list will undoubtedly keep growing. This list also doesn't include powerful men like Bill Cosby, Roger Ailes or Donald Trump. Allegations against them came before Weinstein. Movie Harvey Weinstein. Number of accusers more than 40. Weinstein's world began to crumble a little over a month ago, after the New York Times published a story detailing numerous accusations of sexual harassment against the powerful movie producer, whose films have won a number of Academy Awards. The Times story detailed 3 decades worth of sexual harassment and unwanted physical contact accusations made against Weinstein by a number of women, including actress Ashley Judd. The piece also mentioned at least 8 settlements Weinstein had reached with his accusers through the years. It started a flood of new accusations from dozens of other women, including some who said Weinstein had raped them. Weinstein has denied any claims of non-consensual sex. He was later fired from his own film company and his wife left him. Rumors and stories about Weinstein had been circulating through Hollywood's grapevine for years, leading many to ask how such alleged behavior could go on for so long. James Tabak. Number of accusers more than 200. The Hollywood screenwriter and director behind films like The Pickup Artist, The Gambler and Bugsy was accused by multiple women of sexual harassment throughout the years. In a piece from the Los Angeles Times, the women said Tabak would lure them to hotel rooms, movie trailers and other places for what was billed as interviews or auditions. But the women say these meetings would quickly turn sexual in nature. Tabak told the newspaper he had never met any of the women, or if he did meet them, it was for 5 minutes and he had no recollection. The Los Angeles Times said after it ran its initial story, more than 200 other women contacted it to describe similar encounters. Ben Affleck. Number of accusers 1. The Oscar-winning actor and director was one of the first to come out and announce Weinstein's alleged behavior. But then he found himself the target of a sex harassment accusation after old videos began to surface of Affleck on MTV's Total Request Live with actress Hillary Burton. She said Affleck groped her during an appearance on the show, which she co-hosted at the time. "I acted inappropriately toward Ms. Burton and I sincerely apologize," Affleck later wrote on Twitter. Politics. George H.W. Bush. Number of accusers 1. The 41st President of the United States apologized to an actress after she wrote in a now-deleted Instagram post that Bush sexually assaulted her while she posed for a picture with him. Heather Lynn said Bush touched her inappropriately from behind twice and told her a dirty joke. President Bush would never under any circumstance intentionally cause anyone distress, and he most sincerely apologizes if his attempt at humor offended Ms. Lind, the former president's spokesman said. Television. Chris Savanaugh. Number of accusers at least 12. Nickelodeon fired the creator of the Loud House animated show after a dozen women accused him, in a story from The Hollywood Reporter, of sexual harassment, unwanted advances and inappropriate behavior. The accusers also said Savino would threaten to blacklist women he was no longer involved with. "I am deeply sorry and I am ashamed," Savino wrote in a letter posted on his Facebook account. "Although it was never my intention, I now understand that the impact of my actions and my communications created an uncomfortable environment." Roy Price. Number of accusers 1. Price, the head of Amazon Studios, quit 5 days after being put on leave after a producer accused him of sexual harassment. Price was suspended after a story from The Hollywood Reporter detailing harassment allegations against him made by Issa Hackett, a producer of the Amazon series The Man in the High Castle. The harassment accusations stemmed from an incident in 2015 at Comic-Con. Hackett alleged that Price repeatedly made lewd comments to her, despite her rebuffs. Hackett told The Hollywood Reporter that she reported the improper behavior to Amazon at the time. Media. Lockhart Steele. Number of accusers 1. Lockhart Steele, the editorial director for Vox Media, was fired, the company said, after he admitted to engaging in conduct that is inconsistent with our core values. Vox is also investigating claims made in a blog post by former employee Eden Rowatensky, in which Rowatensky accuses multiple coworkers of sexual misconduct, and detailed one particular incident involving one of the company's VPs while riding in the backseat of a cab with other coworkers. Rowatensky did not mention Vox or any coworkers by name in the post. After getting fired a month later due to lack of productivity, Rowatensky reported what happened with the unnamed VP, but later learned that his punishment was being told he could not drink at corporate events any longer. Vox has hired a law firm to look into the accusations, and Rowatensky has met with the investigators. Dining John Besh number of accusers at least 25. The celebrity chef stepped down from the company he founded after about 24 current and former female employees accused him and other male workers of sexual harassment. They described a hostile corporate culture where sexual harassment flourished. The accounts included inappropriate touching and comments from male employees and managers, some of whom tried to leverage their power for sex. Those who complained were berated, ostracized, or ignored. One former employee filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, claiming that Besh attempted to coerce her during a months-long sexual relationship. Besh, who has not responded directly to the allegations, enjoyed celebrity status in a city whose identity is tied to its food. His restaurant group employs more than 1,000 people in New Orleans, San Antonio and Baltimore and top-rated restaurants such as August, Luke, Domenica and Shea. Harrah's New Orleans casino said it is terminating its relationship with the restaurant group. Journalism. Mark Halperin number of accusers. 5. Journalist Mark Halperin was accused of sexually harassing 5 women when he worked as political director at ABC News. The women accused Halperin of propositioning employees for sex, kissing and grabbing one woman's breasts against her will and other forms of inappropriate touching. Halperin apologized in a statement, saying he did pursue relationships with women that he worked with but that he now understands that my behavior was inappropriate and caused others pain. He did, however, deny grabbing a woman's breasts and pressing his genitals against the bodies of 3 other women. Widely considered to be one of the preeminent political journalists, Halperin, 52, also co-authored the best-selling book Game Change, which was made into an HBO movie starring Julianne Moore as Sarah Palin and anchored a television show on Bloomberg TV. He currently serves as an analyst for NBC News, making frequent appearances on MSNBC's Morning Joe.